Imagine stepping into a place frozen in time, where the very air carries whispers from thousands of years ago. The Cave of the Patriarchs, hidden beneath layers of history, holds more than just the remains of biblical figures. It holds secrets that have defied time, empires, and even the bravest explorers. This place, revered by Jews, Christians, and Muslims alike, has stood as both a sanctuary and a forbidden zone. For 700 years, no outsider was allowed inside. The entrance was sealed, guarded, and shrouded in mystery. Legends spoke of an ancient energy within, an unexplainable presence that kept intruders away. Some called it sacred, while others believed it was a gateway between worlds. Despite wars, invasions, and changing rulers, the cave remained untouched. Even Napoleon Bonaparte, a man who feared nothing, chose to walk away rather than risk what lay beneath. When the city of Hebron fell under Muslim control in the 13th century, access to the cave was restricted. The seventh step leading down to the tombs was off-limits to Jews. Time passed, but the mystery remained. Inside those walls were the final resting places of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, alongside their wives Sarah, Rebecca, and Leah. According to ancient tradition, this was more than a burial site. Some said that Adam and Eve themselves were buried in the lowest chamber, linking this place directly to the origins of humanity. In 1968, an event shattered centuries of secrecy. A young girl, no older than 12, squeezed through a tiny opening in the cave's walls. The path was narrow, suffocating, untouched by human feet for centuries. As she moved forward, the flickering light revealed something extraordinary. Stone slabs, untouched for thousands of years, lay before her. The deeper she went, the stronger the feeling of unseen eyes watching her became. Then, as she stood in silence, a knock echoed beneath her feet. Panic set in. The weight of the moment crushed her, forcing her back through the opening she came from. She returned to the world above, but she was never the same. For the rest of her life, she carried the weight of what she had heard. Years later, an expedition led by a team of researchers sought to uncover what lay beneath. Their findings sent shockwaves through the academic and religious communities. The architecture of the site bore striking similarities to the Second Temple, a structure built during the reign of King Herod. The cave was more than a simple tomb. It was a monument carefully constructed to protect something of great importance. Over the centuries, control of the site changed hands multiple times. The Byzantines turned it into a church, the Muslims transformed it into a mosque, and the Crusaders sought to reclaim it in the name of Christianity. Each ruler added to its legacy, but none dared to disturb what lay beneath. Even in times of war, the cave remained sealed, as if history itself conspired to protect its secrets. The division of the cave mirrors the divisions of faith and land. Today, the site is split, with one section designated for Jewish worship and another for Muslims. The structure that stands above ground serves as both a synagogue and a mosque, a symbol of both unity and conflict. There are those who believe the cave is more than a resting place. Some say it is a gateway, a place where the physical and spiritual worlds converge. Ancient texts hint at a divine energy surrounding it, a power that has kept it protected through centuries of turmoil. The Cave of the Patriarchs, known as Me'arat HaMachpelah, is one of the most sacred sites in the world. The weight of its significance has made it one of the most fiercely contested religious sites in history, a place where faiths converge and legacies endure. The cave stands as a monument to the origins of monotheism. Abraham, revered as the father of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, was the first to be buried here after purchasing the land as an eternal resting place for his wife, Sarah. Remember to join our community by subscribing to this channel. The purchase, recorded in the book of Genesis, chapter 23, marked a pivotal moment in history. In an act of extraordinary foresight, Abraham insisted on paying 400 silver shekels to Ephron the Hittite, ensuring that the land would belong to his descendants forever. This transaction became the first documented land acquisition in biblical history, an enduring symbol of divine promise. The cave's spiritual significance transcends a single faith. For Jews, it represents the second holiest site after the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. For Christians, it remains a testament to the faith of Abraham, whose unwavering belief in God's promise shaped biblical history. For Muslims, the site is equally sacred, as Abraham, known as Ibrahim, is a central prophet in Islam. Over time, the cave has been claimed, modified, and fought over by different empires, each leaving its mark while ensuring that the tombs remained undisturbed. King Herod the Great, who ruled Judea from 37 BCE to 4 BCE, recognized the cave's significance and constructed a grand enclosure around it. The massive Herodian stone walls, which still stand today, bear an unmistakable resemblance to the Western Wall in Jerusalem. These walls were built to protect the tombs and preserve their sanctity, creating a structure that has withstood over 2,000 years of conquests, wars, and natural disasters. Throughout history, different rulers and civilizations took control of Hebron, altering the religious structures above the cave while leaving the burial chambers below untouched. Under Byzantine rule in the 4th century, a church was built over the site, reinforcing Christian presence in the region. In 614 CE, the Persian Empire briefly took control, only to be overthrown by the Byzantines again. By 637 CE, the landscape of Hebron changed dramatically with the arrival of the Muslim conquest. The cave was transformed into the Ibrahimi Mosque, solidifying Islamic control over the site. The transition marked a shift in access, as restrictions were placed on non-Muslim entry. The sacred burial site became a fortress of faith, accessible only to those deemed worthy by the ruling authorities. During the Crusades, 1099 to 1187 CE, Christian knights captured Hebron and converted the mosque back into a church. The presence of the Crusaders was short-lived, as Saladin, the great Muslim general, recaptured the city in 1188 CE. His reign restored the site as an Islamic place of worship, implementing strict entry bans that remained in place for centuries. Despite multiple conquests, one truth remained unchanged: the cave itself was never fully explored. While different civilizations built above it, modifying its outer structures, the ancient tombs below remained undisturbed, sealed away from the world. The mystery surrounding the cave deepened as centuries passed. In 1517, the Ottoman Empire took control of the region, further reinforcing the ban on non-Muslim entry. Fear and superstition surrounded the cave, with many believing that anyone who tried to enter would never return. The tombs were seen as a threshold between the mortal world and the divine, a place where history had been deliberately hidden beneath layers of stone and secrecy. The situation remained unchanged until 1967, when the Six-Day War led to Israel gaining control of Hebron. For the first time in 7 centuries, Jews were allowed to enter the sacred tombs of their ancestors. The emotions were overwhelming. Generations of longing and prayers had finally led to this moment, yet tension lingered. The cave, though open once more, became a place of renewed conflict, as religious and political battles over its ownership intensified. Archaeological discoveries from the First Temple period added to the intrigue. The Herodian structure, built 2,000 years earlier, had managed to conceal layers of history beneath it. Researchers uncovered pottery, ancient inscriptions, and artifacts dating back over 3,000 years, confirming that the site had been a place of worship long before Abraham's time. The evidence suggested that the cave had an even deeper significance than previously thought. Some traditions claim that Adam and Eve were also buried within the lower chambers of the cave. This belief adds another layer to the mystery, connecting the site not just to Abraham's lineage, but to the origins of humanity itself. If these ancient accounts hold truth, then the cave is more than a burial site. It is the resting place of the first humans, a direct link to the dawn of creation. The cave continues to be a source of awe, reverence, and fear. Some say an energy lingers within its walls, an ancient force that has protected it through centuries of conquest and division. Even today, the full extent of what lies beneath remains unknown. The lower chambers, sealed for generations, hold secrets that no modern explorer has fully uncovered. During the first expeditions inside the cave, explorers reported the presence of human bones. These remains were believed by many to belong to the biblical patriarchs themselves. The bones were found deep within the subterranean chambers, untouched for millennia. Their discovery sent waves of excitement through religious communities who had long regarded the cave as one of the holiest sites in the world. Adding to the intrigue were reports of ancient artifacts found within the cave. Among these were ceremonial objects, including pottery shards, tools, and fragments of ancient fabrics. These items were consistent with artifacts from the First Temple period, suggesting that the cave had been a site of ritual importance for thousands of years. The pottery and tools hinted at the cave's use in burial rites and religious ceremonies, while the fabrics, though fragile, suggested a level of care and reverence in how the bodies were prepared and honored. However, much like the human remains, no official confirmation was provided regarding the exact nature or origin of these artifacts, leaving their significance open to interpretation. Some bodies were unexpectedly preserved, which amazed cave explorers. According to these accounts, the bodies of the patriarchs were found in a state that defied the natural process of decay. Some described the bodies as being remarkably intact, with features that were still recognizable despite the passage of thousands of years. This claim shocked many and quickly spread among religious circles, reinforcing the belief that the cave was not just a burial site, but a place imbued with divine protection. However, the idea of such preservation is considered more legend than fact, as no physical or photographic evidence has been made publicly available to support these claims. The cave's environment might explain some degree of preservation. The subterranean chambers are carved into limestone, which creates a cool and dry atmosphere, ideal for slowing the decomposition process. This natural preservation could account for the relatively intact state of the bones and artifacts, but the idea that entire bodies remained perfectly preserved stretches the boundaries of scientific plausibility. Without concrete evidence, such stories remain part of the cave's rich tapestry of legend and lore. Are you enjoying the story? Support our channel by clicking the subscribe button. Throughout history, the quest to uncover the truth behind biblical stories has captivated archaeologists, historians, and believers alike. The burial sites of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the Cave of the Patriarchs are among the most sacred and mysterious locations in the world. The intrigue surrounding these patriarchs has inspired numerous documentaries that blend biblical archaeology, ancient discoveries, and religious mysteries, offering both critical analysis and spiritual reflection. One of the most influential documentaries in this field is The Bible Unearthed, 2005. Based on the groundbreaking book by Israel Finkelstein and Neil Asher Silberman, this documentary investigates the historical accuracy of key biblical narratives, including the lives of the patriarchs and the Exodus. Through a meticulous examination of archaeological findings, the film challenges traditional views, questioning whether figures like Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob existed as described in the Bible. By juxtaposing archaeological evidence with biblical texts, it offers a balanced and thought-provoking perspective on ancient history. Another significant contribution to this genre is Mysteries of the Bible, 1994 to 1998, an A&E documentary series that delves into various biblical stories and characters. Episodes such as Abraham, the father of three faiths, and the story of Moses explore the complexities of these ancient figures, weaving together historical context, religious tradition, and archaeological discoveries. The series masterfully balances the spiritual significance of these stories with the scientific exploration of their origins, leaving viewers fascinated by the enduring mysteries of the Bible. In The Exodus Decoded, 2006, filmmaker Simcha Jacobovici presents a compelling narrative that blends science and faith. This documentary proposes natural explanations for the miraculous events of the Exodus, such as the plagues of Egypt and the parting of the Red Sea. By employing advanced technology and archaeological research, Jacobovici attempts to connect biblical events to historical phenomena, creating a captivating blend of suspense and discovery. The film's exploration of Moses and the Israelites offers a unique lens through which to view the biblical patriarchs and their journeys. The search for tangible evidence of biblical events extends beyond the patriarchs. Finding Noah, 2015, documents an expedition to locate Noah's Ark on Mount Ararat in Turkey. While the film does not directly focus on Abraham, Isaac, or Jacob, it reflects the broader human desire to find physical proof of biblical stories. The documentary combines adventure, faith, and archaeology, showcasing the challenges and triumphs of those who dedicate their lives to uncovering the past. A more focused exploration of the patriarchs themselves can be found in Decoding the Ancients, The Patriarchs, Discovery Channel. This documentary examines the lives of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob from both historical and archaeological perspectives. By investigating the regions where the patriarchs lived and the possible locations of their burial sites, the film provides a comprehensive view of their historical context. Expert interviews with archaeologists and theologians shed light on the discoveries and mysteries that continue to surround these foundational figures. The city of Jerusalem holds a central place in the story of the patriarchs and their descendants. Jerusalem, Center of the World, 2009, narrated by Ray Suarez, explores the rich history of this sacred city and its most important sites, including the Cave of the Patriarchs. The documentary delves into the religious significance of Jerusalem for Jews, Christians, and Muslims, highlighting how the burial site of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob fits into the broader narrative of the city's spiritual heritage. Biblical Conspiracies, The Real Exodus, 2014, takes a different approach by delving into conspiracies and alternative theories surrounding biblical events. This documentary series examines stories like the Exodus and the lives of the patriarchs, challenging conventional interpretations and proposing new perspectives. By blending research, science, and religion, the series keeps viewers intrigued with its bold assertions and unexpected connections. For a lighter yet equally informative take on biblical archaeology, The Naked Archaeologist, 2005 to 2010, offers a unique perspective. Hosted by Simcha Jacobovici, this series explores biblical locations with a blend of humor and curiosity. Specific episodes investigate the origins of the patriarchs and the sites associated with them, making complex and sacred topics accessible to a broader audience. The History Channel's Ancient Mysteries, Lost Kings of the Bible, examines the lives of the patriarchs in the context of biblical archaeology. This documentary seeks to unravel the truth behind these ancient figures, focusing on the search for archaeological evidence that could confirm their existence. By combining mystery, history, and scientific research, the film paints a vivid picture of the ongoing quest to understand the past. Patterns of Evidence, The Exodus, 2014, offers a thorough investigation into the archaeological evidence for the Exodus and the lives of the patriarchs. The documentary challenges the traditional chronology of biblical events, proposing new timelines that align more closely with recent discoveries. Featuring interviews with archaeologists, historians, and Bible scholars, the film provides a balanced and comprehensive exploration of one of the Bible's most significant stories. If you're finding this journey through history as fascinating as we are, consider supporting the channel by clicking the super thanks. By doing so, you're not just helping us continue uncovering these ancient mysteries. The stories of what may lie inside the tombs, bones untouched by time, ceremonial relics, and even perfectly preserved bodies, have fueled fascination and debate. While some view these tales as mere legend, for others, they are tangible connections to the foundations of their belief. These whispered accounts of ancient discoveries have ignited the imagination of explorers, theologians, and historians alike, each hoping to unlock the truth buried beneath layers of stone and centuries of silence. Yet beyond the archaeological intrigue, the Cave of the Patriarchs embodies something far deeper. It represents the legacy of human faith, a testament to our desire to connect with our ancestors, to bridge the gap between the past and the present. The cave is more than a historical artifact. It is a living monument to the spiritual journeys of those who came before and those who continue to seek meaning today. The enduring allure of the site is not solely tied to what has been found or what remains hidden, but to the stories, prayers, and reverence that continue to shape it. The controversies and challenges surrounding the cave, its political tensions, the conflicting religious claims, and the difficulties of excavation only add to its mystique. These complexities mirror the broader struggles of a region where history and modern life are in constant dialogue. The cave stands as a silent witness to conquests, conflicts, and coexistence, reminding us that our search for truth is often as much about understanding the present as it is about uncovering the past. Thanks for watching. Join our community by subscribing to this channel. Until the next video.